The International Traveling Classroom, or more commonly known by its acronym as ITC, is a full spring semester study abroad program to Europe offered through the University of Wisconsin-River Falls. Before I get started with any more information, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Cassandra Shimilewski, and I'm currently a student at UWRF. I work in the Office of International Education as an Education Abroad Peer Advisor. I personally had the opportunity as a first-year student to go on ITC during the spring semester of 2017. ITC is really unique in that you get to travel to multiple different countries and stay there for at least a week to 2 weeks. I personally like that we got a decent amount of time in each country's city because it allowed us to venture out on our own or even with others and to really get a feel for the city and the country itself. Every single day is truly an adventure with ITC. From walking towards the cities to seeing some of the most famous landmarks in the world, the experiences of ITC are never ending. One of my teachers, before I decided to go on ITC, described it as, you get to learn outside of the classroom. Although you'll have at least 12 credits worth of classes, it certainly doesn't feel as such. The focus of ITC is to learn in the new environment you're surrounded in. My teachers also opened me up to many other activities and experiences I never would have chosen for myself if I hadn't traveled with ITC. We often found ourselves learning in places such as the Louvre, as we got to study in the art in front of us instead of just looking at pictures in a book or a PowerPoint. We got to see 2 musicals in London, Wicked and Kinky Boots, for our intro to theater class. Or, one of my personal favorites, I got to go skiing for the first time in the Austrian Alps as part of our health and wellness class. These are just a few brief examples of what we did. Each day of the semester was packed with something new and just as exciting as the day before. The itinerary for ITC can vary from year to year. When I went in 2017, the ITC classroom itself stopped in Scotland, England, France, Germany, Austria, Slovenia, and Italy. However, probably one of the neatest parts about ITC is the free travel that is built into the program. In between each city ITC travels to, you are given 2 days to go wherever you want. The only stipulation is that you have to make it back to the next city on time for the next scheduled class. I went to places such as Ireland, Spain, Switzerland, and Hungary during my free travel time. For spring break, I headed down to Venice, Italy with 2 other girls. We rented an apartment that overlooked the canals of Venice, and we got to stay there for 4 days before meeting back up with the classroom. At the end of all your class time, you are given almost 2 full weeks to travel wherever you want. I had the opportunity to stay in Rome for Easter weekend, and then later hit the beaches of Spain with some of my best friends. I had an amazing time where I not only grew in my academics, but I learned valuable life skills, including learning to be more independent, navigating foreign countries, problem solving while in time-restricted settings, and more importantly, making new best friends with the fellow UWRF students I traveled with. Well, that's all I got for you now. If you have any more questions about ITC or studying abroad in general, please feel free to drop by the Office of International Education, Hagstead Room 102, or you can contact us via telephone or email. I hope that you too can have a study abroad adventure of your own. Cheers!